Hey guys, I'm back here with another video, and today it is episode 20. That's right, it is episode 20 of our Passion Project series. And in this one, I've been working on it for quite some time now. So recently I wanted to get in photography, but I didn't really know where to start. So I have this camera that I use. It is a Canon G7X Mark III. Pretty amazing camera. Luckily I'm in focus because shooting video, sometimes I'm out of focus a lot, as you can see in a lot of my videos. It does take some pretty good picture shots, I will say so myself. So these photos that I'm about to show you, some of them have been edited and some of them haven't. So recently, the last 3 months or so, I've been planning on shooting this video. So I've been kind of just taking pictures whenever I felt like it and whenever I had an interesting subject. Because biggest thing that I've learned trying out photography is having something worthy of taking a picture. Because I tried a couple different things. I've tried just like, I was on a beach trip in Panama City, and I was like, oh, let me just take a picture of the sand and water. It's quite artsy. I took it and it just looked like crap. So I was like, well, that's really not for me. But whenever I have a subject, I was doing alright. For this video, I went on 3 vacations in the span of like the last 3 or 4 months, I'd say. So the first one was a trip to Key West with my family. The second one was a short trip down to Panama City Beach in Florida with my girlfriend and her 2 sisters. And then the third one was just a day trip to this place called Okatoma, and it was a canoeing and kayaking place. So on the 25th of June, the canoeing and kayaking video that I filmed, that I got some of these pictures from, that trip is going to be posted on the 25th of June. So mark your calendars and like and subscribe. Me and my family went on a trip to Key West. So in this first picture, this is my little sister in front of this fountain. And this is whenever I first kind of picked up the camera and I just wanted to try it out. So I don't think it looks too bad. And so these next shots that you're going to see was also in Key West. And some of them are unedited and some of them are only edited. I changed the settings in the camera, so it's not actually edited. But so these are some just raw images. This one, we were watching the sunset at this beach in Marathon. Actually, it's like the very tip of Florida, right next to Key West. But there's this little, you'll see this boat in the background back there, and then the rocky shore at sunset. This camera's fairly new to me, so I was playing with the settings on it, and I was actually messing around with some of the exposures and just some of the settings. So there's another one, and then this image here that you see is at the same exact time, just I put all the settings out of whack just to see how intense I can make the sunset look. So I made it pretty yellow and orange, and then like the exposure's like 0. I don't know what you would even call that. Super dark. Believe it or not, this is a picture of my parents on the beach. I caught them having a little moment, but yeah, so they're sitting at the beach watching the sunset, so I decided to point my camera and shoot it. And they actually, these couple photos that I have, they actually came out pretty good. I think they're both chewing sunflower seeds. I think that's what was in their mouth. If you're wondering about these shots, I actually have a full video on my channel. It's called I Tried Snorkeling. Here's the thumbnail for that, and that was a picture I took also. It was an underwater picture, so I guess it's fitting to show that in this video. But yeah, it was a cool trip, and it was a cool vlog that I got out of it, so make sure you go check it out. But all these photos were from that trip. This is my little sister again. She's same sunset at this beach. I got a lot of cool shots from that time. This next photo that you're seeing is actually pretty significant because it's a coconut tree. We were just having the conversation in this trip saying, man, I'd love to see some like real life coconuts, because I've never seen like a coconut tree. I just always thought they were the same as palm trees or something. But if you can look and squint real close, there's actually coconuts in that tree. So I took a picture. And I was trying to be a little artsy. Trying to be as artsy as I could with a tree and leaves. So moving on. This picture of my mom and my little sister, this is actually edited right here. Here's the original one of them two. And then here's the edited version. I really like the edited version, how this one came out, because that water really colored up whenever I played around with the saturation. This is actually probably my favorite picture that I did on this trip. of my mom and my sister. because the water looked great and they were swimming. It was a good moment, I thought. That was pretty much all the photos that were worthy of putting in this video from the Key West trip that I went on. The next trip I went, I only got 2 photos from the entire trip because I really didn't have my camera on me much. So the only worthy photos of showing from this trip were of my beautiful girlfriend right here. She was on the beach. This was in Panama City Beach, and then this next picture was Panama City Beach, the water. On the 25th of June, like I said, kayak and canoeing video will go live. So that right here is where I got the remainder of these pictures. So this first one, starting off pretty strong, was a photo that I took. Taylor was my co-pilot of this kayaking adventure. She was in the front, I was in the back, so I got this picture of her. Thought it looks pretty good, actually. Not too bad for me wobbling with the camera on the kayak. This one's kind of similar. I was trying to get the people in the distance, but I kind of got her shoulder a little bit. Took one horizontally of that and one like vertically in that same picture. And this next one, was kind of funny because, let me grab this camera. This is another one of my cameras. So this was pretty much how I looked whenever I was taking this picture. The water level was like right here in this shot, and the thought process was like putting the camera like almost not in the water but just barely, and clicking the picture button right as I was taking it to see if I could get like a cool little shot. And it almost costed me my brand new camera because I almost got it soaked, so I'm glad I didn't drop it. This next picture is of my girlfriend and my mom. And all of these canoeing videos are just straight off the Canon G7X Mark III. I did not edit any of these photos, so just clearing that up. This one I actually like a lot. And I wasn't actually gonna take this picture here, but Taylor, she was yelling at me. She goes, "Oh, get your camera, this is a cool shot." So I was like, oh, okay. So with all the driftwood in the water like that and everybody's boats in front of us, everybody on this trip I knew. It was like my grandma, my uncle, my family, and my cousins up front way over there. But yeah, so they're all in front of us. And then at this area we were at, it was kind of shady the whole trip with a bunch of trees overhanging the water like this. So this is kind of one of the first spots that opened up. So that's why I pulled out my camera and I took that picture. I kind of highlighted the rocks and driftwood here in this one. This is my mom and my grandma. Just, they wanted a picture, so. And this was the last picture of our canoeing trip. There's your boy. I finally made a highlight in this video. This is after kayaking about 6 miles, so don't mind the hair. Yeah, so with this shot and this camera, it has a really bad habit of focusing very bad. So like, watch, it's not gonna do it. If there's 2 faces, I think I had it on the wrong setting taking this picture because I kind of wanted all of our faces to be highlighted, but I just picked up the camera and took it real quick. I didn't notice until after I took the picture I was kind of the only face in focus. Like, you could see her a little bit and then you could see him in the background, but it just gets worse and worse and worse and blurrier. So, but yeah, so far that was my photography experience. I went on 3 separate vacations, managed to get some cool pictures, managed to get a lot of junk pictures that I didn't even show in this video. So I hope you enjoyed. That was my kind of my first ever time trying photography. I do all these videos and I'm never really afraid to video in public, but taking pictures is just kind of weird for me since I've never really done it before. And I don't like just taking pictures of people. It feels kind of awkward, I guess you could say. So yeah, I wanted to try it out in this video and I hope you enjoyed it. And this was episode 20 of our Passion Project series. So leave a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you in episode 21.